In 2007, I was accepted in med school at Sultan Qaboos University. At that time, I did not realize that I was embarking on a journey that would take me to discover my country, myself, my culture, and my religion. Now you might ask, what does med school have to do with this? Well, the answer is absolutely nothing. Yet, at the same time, everything. It was in my first year of med school when I was invited to join a group of people who were working to establish a new committee. This committee would be the Standing Committee on Professional Exchange. It's one of 6 committees that work under the umbrella of the International Federation of Medical Students Associations. The idea is very basic. We exchange students. So students from other countries come to Oman to do a medical elective, and in return, students from Oman would go to their countries. They will do their medical electives, which is a normal thing. But one major objective is to have a cultural understanding. They need to come and learn the culture, live with it. So I worked with the group for 3 continuous years. And in the 3rd year, we hosted our first group of exchange students. They came from different parts of the world. And we were really prepared. We wanted them to have the experience of their lifetime. So we organized a very nice social program. It would take them to almost every place in the country. Yet, something was missing. They were enjoying their time indeed, but they started asking questions. They started asking questions about our culture. They started asking questions about our religion. And they started questioning our way of thinking. Now, we had all the answers. They asked the questions, and we answered immediately. We thought we were giving them the right answers, and we were indeed doing this. Yet, their reaction was not the one that we aspired for. Their reaction was kind of judgmental. They did not understand what we were telling them. Even though we were saying the right things, they did not get the idea. So time passed by, and we took many groups. And I started reflecting on this idea. I started reflecting, what is wrong? What are we doing wrong that they're not getting us? We were like aliens to them. So after they left, I started reading the books. I started going again about our religion, about our culture. And everything I said was absolutely there. I did not say anything differently. So I decided I have to be in their shoe. I have to do what they did. I have to go and travel and ask the same questions, but to different people, and see what happens. I was lucky enough during one thing that you have to know, that I learned that I discovered my country with them. So Oman is a really hidden gem. It's a beautiful country. You have the mountains. You can drive up to the mountains, and the clouds will be beneath you. You'll have the deserts. You'll have the very beautiful wadis. And you'll have the beautiful sunrises, the green salala, and the beautiful villages on the mountains. Now, my opportunity came to travel and do this. I saw this poster in our college, and I applied for an exchange. I had the opportunity to go to Lebanon. Now, Lebanon is an Arab country. There is no much difference between us and them. So I was like, OK, maybe it's not this time, next time. Anyways, I go to Lebanon. And there, I have more than 25 medical students from all over the world. So I lived with these people in the same place every day, and it was Ramadan. So I was fasting, and they always questioned. They were like, why are you torturing yourself? Okay. So I was like, I started answering the questions. But this time, I tried not to be the one who memorized the. I tried to see, why were they really asking me? What is the point behind it? Are they trying just to attack me? Are they just trying to understand? What was the point? So my answer each time became differently. Each person who asked did not get the same answer. They were really supportive. They even adjusted their time schedule for eating food to be with me. So 2 years later, we had many exchange groups here. And some of these people that I met in Lebanon, they came to Oman. They wanted to know more. They wanted to live my experience to understand where I came from. So they came, and they discovered the beauty of this country. Now, one thing I realized from this experience was, the major dilemma is that we listen not to reply, but while all we should do is listen to understand and feel. In order to have this meaning of understanding culture, I had to explain how Islam came to Oman. And instead of just talking, I had to take them to the places. So I took them to the grave of the first Omani who entered Islam. And from there, I went to the first mosque that was built in Oman. And they started getting the story. Instead of just telling them that we do this because of this, it had to be a story of how it all started. How it started in Mecca and how it reached here, and how it formed our identity. They really understood. And with the time that Arabs and Muslims in general are being attacked as being terrorists in the media, these friends had a very nice thing to do. When the attacks in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and France happened simultaneously in one day, these people who came here and who understood our culture were the first ones to defend us. They kept telling people, this is not their culture. This is not them. These people claim to be Arabs. These people claim to be Muslims, but they are bombing us. The real Arabs and Muslims are in their countries. They're very peaceful people, and they're really fun. This is one of the conversations I had with one of my friends. She was in Tunisia 2 weeks before the attacks happened. And she said it clearly. People do not understand you. People are having so much hate for you. And people will not distinguish between Islam and terrorism. It is this experience that made me really happy. I did not realize that with just showing our true selves to them and trying to understand why they were asking the questions, that they will be our ambassadors in their own countries. I was really happy and satisfied. And the lesson I learned from this was, you have to understand yourself first in order for others to understand you. Thank you.